That was a tough one to watch, Birdland, but we'll stink and talk about it. Game 2, Birds and Yankees. Let's have a mound visit. Let's go O's! What's going on, Birdland? Welcome to the Baltimore Bops YouTube channel, where we discuss all things Baltimore Orioles. I am your host, Bops. And in this episode, unfortunately, we are going to talk about the 8-3 loss that the Birds took in Game 2. And it was tough to watch almost from the get-go. Tyler Wells took the hill, and from the jump, it was not necessarily a pretty baseball game. My man goes 2 2/3, gives up 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 1 K, and he gave up 2 home runs. And that really is kind of the story, is Tyler Wells' inability to keep the ball in the ballpark. And it's been plaguing him, and it just seems like it's really reared its ugly head a little bit more as of late. I don't know if that's the lack of the Orioles offense. I don't know if it's because maybe prior to the All-Star break, he was giving up a lot of solo shots, and now it seems to be more crooked numbers in there. And he's walked a lot more batters. His control has just been an issue, and that ERA is slowly starting to creep up. So he goes 2 2/3. He leaves the game down. He ends up taking the loss, which moves his record to 7-6. Schmidt went 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. Pitched okay. And then from the get-go, Tyler Wells really struggled. So Torres flies out to right. Judge flies out to center. You got the 2 long fly balls. You know, everyone knows that my man Tyler Wells is a fly ball pitcher. But then he gives up the long fly to Giancarlo Stanton when he goes 427 feet to left field, which gives the Yankees an early 1-0 lead. Birds can't do anything in the bottom half of the first. Yankees can't do anything in the top half of the second. Move to my man Schmidt. Bottom half of the second. First batter, Ryan Mountcastle, comes up, and he smacks a 374-foot dinger to knot it up at 1 apiece. Always good to see Mountie stinking get back after it. And it was a cool moment because right when the news lady was right in Brandon Hyde's face with the microphone, next thing you know, Mountie's slapping one into right, Oppo, showing a little Oppo power over the board. So, real excited for that, man. Frazier ends up doubling right behind him. Hayes grounds out to third. Cowser grounds out to first, which moves Frazier to third. And then Urias is able to leg out a big infield single to put the Birds up 2-1 before Rutschman's fly out. Unfortunately, the Yankees come right back in the top half of the third, and they chase Wells when the Judge hits a 2-run shot to regain the lead 3-2. And, I mean, he smoked it to deep center field. 442 feet. So the Yankees jump right back on top, and they never relinquish the lead after that. Torres hits a sac fly in the top of the fourth, and the Birds go down 4-2. They were able to cut it to 4-3 when Santander grounds out to first in the bottom half of the fifth, with Rutschman scoring and Henderson moving over to third. But then O'Hearn strikes out swinging. So exiting the fifth inning, the Birds are down 4-3. So the top half of the sixth, Cole Irvin comes in, and Higashioka smashes a 428-foot dinger to left, making it a 5-3 Yankees lead. So all that work that it took the Birds just to cut it to 1, Higashioka comes in and he gets it right back as the first batter in the top half of the sixth. Torres strikes out, Judge singles to center, Stanton reaches on an infield single, so you got first and second, and then Rizzo singles to left. Now you got bases juiced. And the Baltimore Orioles bring in none other than Brian Baker. So what does Brian Baker do? It's 5-3 Yankees. LeMahieu strikes out swinging. Okay, perfect. 2 down. Kiner Falefa doubles the left on a 3-2 belt-high fastball that he just smokes, making it 8-3 Yankees. And this is one of the things about Tyler Wells. It's one of the things about Brian Baker. They're too consistently up in the zone. Belt high, middle, pitches that you can stink and drive. And that's exactly what Kiner Falefa did. He drove it to left, scoring 3, and he broke this game wide open. The Birds couldn't do anything to even muster up a shot or any even type of comeback. Now, the Yankees take the game 8-3, which moves the season series to 6-6. So that makes this game 3 extremely important. Now, the Baltimore Orioles are 63-41. The New York Yankees are 55-49. They are 8 games back. But there's almost 60 games left to be played. And so whoever wins tomorrow's game, 7 o'clock, first pitch, Camden Yards, ESPN, takes that series. And that means that basically if there were to be some kind of tie somehow, the winner of tomorrow's game would have the tiebreaker. That makes tomorrow's game almost like a playoff game. Matter of fact, it kind of is a playoff game because you never know what the Yankees are going to do. You never know what the Birds are going to do. Game 3 tomorrow is extremely important. So, once again, the Birds didn't have it tonight. They battled at the beginning. Tyler Wells has had a ton of struggles with his command, giving up the long ball. And then Brian Baker comes in right behind him and he does this same exact thing. Just was not a pretty baseball game. But the good news is the Tampa Bay Rays got absolutely blistered by the Stros. So they're still a game and a half up in the AL East. But don't look too far ahead because the Toronto Blue Jays are only 4.5 back right now. This is a wide open AL East. It's extremely tight from top to bottom. And once again, tomorrow's game is going to be extremely important. So, hey, I want to give a shout out to all the people that hung out with me during the live. Had a couple of technical difficulties, but we were able to make it happen. And, we'll definitely do it again soon. But hopefully next time it'll be a stinking W. I think we had 9 people in there at one time, which is the most. I think a couple days ago we had 7. Today we had 9. Maybe next time we'll get it up to 10, man. But, hey, tough game, Birdland. But we'll be all right, man. We'll come back tomorrow, 7 o'clock first pitch. And we'll see if Dean can make it happen. Remember, the Birds touched up Luis Severino in the last game. So I like our chances, man. They'll come back firing. They'll come back hungry. We'll see what we can do in Game 3. So once again, 7 o'clock first pitch tomorrow. Luis Severino and Dean Kramer for all the marbles, if you will. Have a good night, Birdland. We'll see you on the next one.